everyone, Scott here. Today we're going to be talking about my top 10 Holy Grail designer fragrances for men as of right now. So what I'm going to kind of do is break these up. I'm going to break them up into spring, summer, then kind of have some transitional fragrances, and then go into fall and winter. And these are just my current favorite, man. My lists are always changing, just kind of like I change my underwear, man. These things are always changing. So, but this is my current list as of right now. So let's have a little bit of fun. And as I'm making this list, be thinking of your current top 10 Holy Grail fragrances, or if you want to just list 5, let us know down in the comments below. And they've got to be designer and they've got to be for men. So let's go ahead and get started. The first one we'll talk about, of course, is from the house of Chanel. No, not the one you're thinking of. This one right here. This is Chanel Allure Homme Sport Eau Extreme. I love this fragrance, right? So many reasons. But one of the things I like is I really love a creamy orange DNA, and you really get that with the orange and with the sandalwood. With that mixed together and a little bit of vanilla, you have an amazing fragrance. And I love this fragrance for the spring and summer. But to be honest with you, I think it's more versatile than that. It's really a great fragrance. You can wear it to the gym. It's mass appealing. It's not offensive. And this just fragrance is just so gorgeous. You've got some mint in here. Like I said, you've got vanilla, and it's really creamy and goes well with that orange. And then as it starts to dry down, warms up ever so slightly. It's musky, it's woody. It's so good. It gives me so many compliments. I feel so happy when I wear this fragrance. So it had to be a Holy Grail fragrance. And these are in no particular order. Next fragrance I've already gone through. This is like my 3rd bottle, and I've got quite a dent in this one as well. This is also perfect for the spring and summer. But of course, with fresh fragrances, you can really get away with wearing them all year round, especially if you're in a climate controlled area. I love Versace's Pour Homme. I love it because it's inexpensive. It's very affordable. You can find it on discounters at a really good price, or you can find it in swaps or wherever. You're going to pay a very nice price for this and smell absolutely spectacular. I love the zesty lemon in this. As soon as you spray it, there's a little bit of fuzzy, kind of fizzy, nice neroli that gives us a nice pop, kind of an old school feel as well. And this one just smells so good. It works really well in the heat. And as this fragrance starts to dry down, you get a little bit of sweetness coming from the vanilla, and then it's musky, it's warm, it's a little bit masculine coming from those woods, but it just smells so good. And every time I wear it, I get so many compliments. It's a great compliment puller. So for me, as of right now, this is one of my Holy Grail fragrances. Next fragrance, same designer. The person that made this fragrance is Alberto Marias. He made this one as well, and he made the one I'm about to talk to, and that's of course Dolce&Gabbana Light Blue Eau Intense. And I think we can all agree that this fragrance is the best fragrance out of the line, or one of the best. This is a flanker of the original OG, and I love the original OG. It still works today. I think it still performs. I think it's still a great fragrance to have in your collection. But to me, if you just want to buy one fragrance for the summertime, this is it. This one is so good. Of course, it has that amazing sweet grapefruit opening. If you love sweet fragrances, you're gonna love the grapefruit in this. And then of course, you know, as it starts to develop, you're getting this nice, fresh, sea mist, aquatic-like notes that smell so good. This fragrance is very aromatic as well. It's got a nice touch of the aromatics in here. And then of course, it's very musky as it starts to dry down. But this is one of my favorites. For me, I get close to 8 hours on my skin, if not more. It really projects. And again, if you're looking for another compliment pulling fragrance, or you know, to hell with it. If you don't like compliments, you don't care what people think, and you just like smelling good and want to wear it for yourself, you know, Light Blue Eau Intense is so good. All right, another fragrance on my list that is a Holy Grail. Love this house. I love this house not just for their fragrances, but also I love their aesthetic. I love the clothing they make. I love the scarves they make. Of course, they're a little bit out of my range, so to have a little bit of Hermes in my collection, you can go ahead and buy the fragrances and get them for a pretty decent price. I love this fragrance. I actually love the presentation. I love how the cap kind of screws up and then screws down when you want to use it. This fragrance is pretty simple for me. It's very powerful. It projects more than an arm's length on my skin. But what I love about this one, it's not your typical mass appealing everyday fragrance. Yes, there's citrus in here, but it's more of kind of a challenging citrus, kind of a dirty, earthy, briny citrus that you get from this. And then you get the vetiver in here and the woods. It just really works. It's powerful, and there's something so addictive about vetiver on my skin that I really like. I like the earthy kind, I like the clean kind, and this one tends to lean more earthy in my opinion, but I really love it, and it's got great performance on my skin, and I think it's just a classic opulent gentleman's fragrance, and it's more of a mature fragrance. I really love this one, so I had to include it on my Holy Grail list. All right, speaking of old school and opulent and gentleman, I love this fragrance right here. This is from Dior. No, not Sauvage. We're talking about Eau Sauvage. Oh, this one is so good. It's another one of those fragrances that use that sandalwood, they use the citrus, like this is a very zesty, lemony citrus, and then they use like that vanillic-like scent. I think it's tonka, and with those mixed together, you get this nice creaminess. But I think there's also something effervescent and fizzy and just so good. I think it's coming from jasmine in this, and it just smells, oh, it smells so good. And guys, honestly, I think this one is more versatile. I wear it in the spring and summer, but you could get away with wearing it all year round. And this one smells so good. Of course, there's also a hint of vetiver in here as well. And my wife loves this on her. She loves it on me, and it just smells so good. You gotta take my word for it on this one. It is really, really good. Old school, you know, refined, smells fantastic. And I do think it's versatile, but it's also a great spring and summer fragrance. All right, so let's go into a transition. You know, you come from spring, you come from summer, and now you're transitioning. And I find fragrances that are blue in nature, that have that isoe note or ambroxan really work best for transitioning fragrances. Blue fragrances really work. And I happen to think this is a perfect 10 out of 10 masterpiece designer fragrance. I know you guys hate it when I say that, but this fragrance to me is just so good. I had to include it in the Holy Grail. And if you're looking for just one fragrance for life, another fragrance from Chanel coming in on the list. That's right, we're talking about the ubiquitous, everywhere fragrance, Bleu de Chanel. One of the fragrances that helped launch, along with Dior Savage, all the blue fragrances. This one smells so good, y'all. It's one of my favorites, guys. There's mint in here as well. There's zesty lemon. There's sandalwood. There's pineapple. I love this fragrance. It just smells so good. There's a little bit of vanilla in here. There's like I said, there's sandalwood, there's cedarwood. It smells so good. It's one of my favorites. It's very versatile. It's very clean. It's a compliment getting machine. It's mass appealing. You're gonna love this one. If you're looking for just one for life, put this on your list, but this is one of my Holy Grail fragrances. I love it. And I get about 6 to 8 hours on my skin, so you can't beat that. Next fragrance on my list that I feel like is a perfect transitional fragrance. I actually think this is a special occasion fragrance, but it is very, very versatile. And that, of course, is Dior Homme, and I'm talking about the 2020 version. And in case you don't know how to tell, if you look inside there, there's a B, and that'll kind of help you tell that this is the 2020 version. But guys, I love this fragrance. It just smells so refined and so opulent. It is really, really good. You get a lot of citrus on the top coming from bergamot. There's a freshness coming from the pink pepper. It's woody, there's some isoe in here, and of course there's some vetiver, and it smells a little bit earthy as well. I love this fragrance, man. It smells so good. There's something about it. I can't put my finger on it. It's very warm as it starts to settle on my skin. I think that's coming from the amber. It's a little bit woody as well. I love this one. It's so good, and I had to have it on my list. I need to get some of the old school Dior fragrances. This is the only Dior Homme fragrance I have. I do not have any of the flankers. What is one of your favorite flankers in the Dior Homme? Let me know in the comments down below. All right, guys, 3 more. Stick with me. These are some good ones here. Number 8 list, guys, YSL's Tuxedo. This is it. This is one of the best designer fragrances on the market. This smells so good. It's got this boozy vanilla. It's fresh, it's spicy. It's got this smooth, sweet patchouli. I love this one. This is for a man who wants to be opulent. This is for a man who wants to be refined. This is for a gentleman. If you want to be James Bond and have some confidence, try YSL's Tuxedo. This is perfect for the fall and winter. We're transitioning into those fall and winter fragrances, and this is perfect for it. I love YSL's Tuxedo because I love that boozy, vanilla-like scent that it has. All right, guys, here we are, last 2. Next one I want to talk about, this is, of course, from Tom Ford. This is Tobacco Vanille. Tobacco fragrance, spicy, fruity, sweet. It's chocolatey, it's vanillic. It smells so good. I love this one, guys. It's not one of the greatest tobacco fragrances on the planet, but I do love Tom Ford fragrances because they're blended well. They are a little bit on the expensive side, but I love this one. If you hate tobacco fragrances, this is a good one to start with because I don't find it to be too pungent or in your face. It's just smooth, gorgeous, spicy, fruity, chocolatey, and vanillic. I love this one. All right, last but not least, guys, Holy Grail fragrance is, of course, Spice Bomb Extreme. I love this one. This is a kind of a modern take on a lavender fragrance. It's got lavender, a lot of vanilla. Of course, it's a little bit on the spicy side. There's some tobacco in here. Guys, this one just smells so good. I love it. It's a smooth vanillic scent with a little bit of lavender, a little bit of tobacco, and it just smells so good, guys. This one gives me 8+ hours on my skin. It goes nuclear on me. I have to have it in my collection. It really cuts through that cold weather in the fall and winter. So for that reason, I had to have it on my list. Okay guys, there you have it. There are my Holy Grail fragrances, my top 10. What are some of your favorites? I hope you've been thinking maybe some of these on your list do you agree with or disagree with? Let me know in the comments below. But if you've been thinking of 5 or 10 that you like, let me know in the comments below. If you love this video, please leave a thumbs up. It really helps the algorithm. If you want to be a part of my fragrance family, hit that subscribe button down below, hit those bell notifications off the side, and I cannot wait till I see you into the next video. This is Scott Aromatico, out.